On to a special video where we're playing THUGPro, which is just Thug 2, but it's a mod. And it's the only and best mod of Thug 2 where we get to essentially explore how far we can go with the Thug 2 engine. There's like a load skater thing, there is, you have custom skaters and all, you have custom boards and everything, which you have to do it yourself. But hey, there's also, all these settings now where you can change up how the game plays. You can have bone dollies, you can have butt slaps, you can have, little glitches and shit going all around the place. You got power slides and freakouts are available still and all of that. You have nollie steps and graffiti tags and, drop downs, stalls, stuff that would eventually come in later on and all of that, and stuff that was eventually, back then. Wall plants are back now, as well as the sticker slaps, and boost plants are here now too. And you do wall spins and all. And, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I could do, but I'm kind of new with this, so I unfortunately don't get that much into it. And there's also like PS2 settings, you'll want that as well. But there's also displays, which does give you some different things. Like there's a console option thing, which you can then change up the font face to anything you want. You can change the font color to any color you want. A lot of colors. You can change up the number of lines. You can change up the console scale, the messages, how long they're going to be there. The console window will be up and everything. There's also a HUD option. We can change up how we want the HUD to look like. We have the butt slap count and all of that, which I'm not going to show because I don't know how to do the butt slap well. Camera options, we can change the aspect ratio and change the field of view, so we can make it, very different there. We have the themes. This will change up the interface theme. We didn't have a chance to change interface, but now we can. We have a THUGPro's version, we have Cloudbuster, we have Destruction Tool, we have Turn Pro Skater 4s, Retro Hawk. We have American Wasteland, which we haven't gone to American Wasteland yet. We also have Punk Wasteland. And we also have all this stuff from Thug 1, which I've already shown you back in Thug 1. This is stuff that isn't really anything new to us. But, yeah. We also have our own custom interfaces, which I haven't gotten any yet. I don't know if we can actually find any. But, yeah. Bunch of Thug 1 stuff. There's a THUGPro one, which I'm going to stick with the THUGPro one because that's unique to THUGPro. It's a new one, honestly. I'm going to check of that for a bit. There's also the adjust settings. We can choose all the color thing and all. But yeah, there's also sound settings. We have our own, special sounds, and the skater voice we turn off as well. And the music, which we can have our own soundtrack as well. We have the ambience. I'm going to keep it on the ambience. We can choose our own soundtracks and all, but at best, right now we only have what is, already in the game, the Thug 2 soundtrack. But we can have our own soundtrack in if we code it well enough. And it's also the fact we have a multiplayer, which is the main thing, the multiplayer, which is the internet multiplayer and all. There is a free skate, though, and there is a park editor, which works about as pretty much the same as Thug 2's, except they did add some new stuff to the park editor. It's not as big of a deal, though, as it was beforehand. But they did go out of their way to add in some things from the other, creator parks. There's some THUGPro Mist stuff. You can have stuff from Thug 1 in here and all of that. There's the blocks that are here. There's the risers that are here now. Those are things that were not here originally, but THUGPro put them in anyway. Not a lot of them, though. But, hey, it's a nice incentive anyway. And it works, everything is pretty useful and pretty cool to have. It's just not a huge thing, and, it's not exactly, gonna be that useful right now. We're just showing off what we can. Everything else, however, is about the same as it was in Thug 2, so, yeah, not a whole lot has changed. But, yeah, for the most part, we can also go for the pre-made parks, and the Thug 2 pre-mades are here still, but there are a lot more pre-made parks that are added in as well with the Creators Park, and most of those, I believe, are from Thug 1, and I believe from others as well. And there's a creator goal thing here as well. There's no creator goal for the normal parks, however. We have to do that in normal Thug 2 to do that, but, yeah. There's also a lot more themes. Hell now has a theme. We know that Hell was a thing in, the skater thing, Pro Skater level, but now we can have it as a thing here. There's also Interior, which is this little box area here. There's also this one, the school, which is just like a nice little school area. There's also the beach and like a little carrier. Not a whole lot of big differences here. The carrier is interesting, at least. There's also Los Angeles, which I believe that has some little differences here and there. Like, there's like that little sign there. And there's also like a little bit of difference over on those signs there as well. For the most part, it's the Los Angeles map, though. And there's also the Western, which is just like a freaking desert area. There's a little bit of like, jokey names around. You can have a look at them yourself. It's honestly pretty cool how there's a lot more themes around when it comes to Creator Park right now. There's also Prison Yard. We all remember this one because this is about Thug 1 now. So yeah, Prison Yard. And there's also the Warehouse. Very nice. Pretty substandard warehouse, honestly. And there's also the Lost Island, which is just a Lost Island. It's not a huge thing there, but it is pretty cool. City Rooftop. This is also pretty neat. You can see all the little billboards and such that are pretty cool to see and read on. Some more in-jokes and all. Nice. And there's also Suburbia, which is pretty much Suburbia. It is a suburban area. And there's also, all the stuff we have in Thug 2, the swamp, the race car place, cemetery, Mars, and Antarctica. Nothing new of these. They're the same as Thug 2, but it's good to still have them. So a lot more themes, a few more parts, but also a lot more fucking pre-made parks, which I'm going to show you right now. We have all the ones in Thug 2 still. Those haven't changed at all. Like, Bub's Old School and everything's still here. But there's also now stuff from American Wasteland, like G-Land 5, Career, Montana, Hustle Drop, and everything like that. And Cool. And there's also a few other things, I believe, from Thug 1 and such as well. There's also like Mind the Gap and such. Not a whole lot, but it is really cool to see this stuff. Like, this is an old one, I'm pretty sure. We saw this in Thug 1, I think. But, yeah. Pretty neat to see all these parks showing up and having a good time, with some park properties and all that act about the same way as they did before. We'll be going through a whole lot of the pre-made parks in American Wasteland when we get to American Wasteland, but, I'm going to give you a nice little, preview on that and all. This park honestly does suck, though. It's a really shit park of the pre-made ones. I'm going to show off one of the Thug 2 ones real quickly. Because, yes, the goals are still here. They haven't been removed yet. They still exist, which is why we still have a create a goal thing here. And we still can create goals and have people play them in the online stuff and all, so, that still exists. I'm also show off these other ones that I believe references to Crash Team Racing and such. They're not really that hard in on that, but, they're kind of neat how they just named it in that sort of way. Like CTF Facing. That's clearly a CTR. It's more like an obstacle course at that one, though. And yes, of course, there is Bub's Old School, which is a Bubsy reference, especially when they have it in Mars, and they have a bowl in the corner that makes an exclamation mark. I'm 100% positive they made a Bubsy reference in Thug 2. So yeah, for the most part, it's actually kind of cool how all this shit exists. And we don't really look too much into the pre-made parks, but hey, there you go, some more of the looking. And now I'm going to shuffle the skaters that are here, because they did add in skaters from Thug 1, they added in, I believe, skaters from Pro Skater 4, and they added in their designs from those games as well. Like, they added in Rune, and Natus is here as well, added in Steve, and, Kareem and all of that, and Rune, and Jeff, and fucking, Eric's here as well. Bucky is here as well. It really shows how many of the original Pro Skaters just fucked off after Thug 1, and I believe Pro Skater 4 as well. Also, Otto's here as well. And, yeah, for the most part, it's all pretty cool to see. And there's also Wee Man. There's also Eric. You can play as Eric. You know, Paulie, Todd, all the ones from, you know, Thug 1 and 2. Jesse James, Steve-O, Phil, Ben. There's a Bullfighter, the Shrimp. There's also the Tagger, which I'm not going to show for a reason. Aboriginal, the, you know, all the people from normal Thug 2. No remix yet, no remix, you know, no Southern Belle and such. Also, Price is here. Price, I believe, comes in later game, I believe. Also, here's the Pro Skater 4 skaters. And here's some more skaters, some Pro Skater 3 and such. Like Officer Dick's here. Good old Officer Dick, our boy. And here's Ollie as well. So yeah, Pro Skater 3 skaters are here as well, including Neversoft Eyeball and Doom Guy, who was exclusive from the PC version. But yeah, there's also, you know, all these other pedestrians, you know. For the most part, they came from Thug 2 and Thug 1. I believe the majority of them are from Thug 2, however. If not almost all of them. And it's also, you know, Rastapoulos, I can't say his fucking name well, Rastapoulos, who is the shopkeeper in Pro Skater 3. And there's also skins. You might notice out on the bottom there it says skins. We can have Pro Skater 1 Tony, we can have Thug 1 Tony. No American Wasteland Tony, but hey, Thug is here, you know, Steve's here. They don't have their own skins, unfortunately. Eric has his Thug skin. Bam has his Thug skin. He also has his mask that you can't wear normally in the game. There's Thug, and there's a cutscene. It's kind of weird how the cutscene and normal Mullen and such are different, and the same thing happens with, not Andrew, where is he? Not Ronnie, his head's really weird though. Mike. Mike is also kind of similar, where his cutscenes are different, where he has a different shirt and such. It's really weird. Eric can have him wear his Thug outfit. Todd, you know, Paulie. It's only people that are in Thug 1 that are different. Phil has something different. It's kind of funny. And yeah, all the other skaters don't really have anything different to them. Except the vendors. The vendors do change. And Bigfoot also has a Bigfoot 1 thing. All these skaters do not have any new skins, really. Never did. After that, though, there's no Officer Dick outfits and such, which they do exist, but oh well. And then there's all the pedestrians, which do have their own differences because they're from Thug 2. So any, you know, additionals they have, you know, you'll see them. There's also the ones from Thug 1 we can change to as well. It really kind of shows you how much different the Thug 1 and Thug 2 models actually were. But yeah, for the most part, you're pretty much getting the entire roster as we have right now. But you can have a shit ton more skaters if you want. But yeah, the main thing about THUGPro is that you are able to play online, and not only that, that you are able to skate in more than just the Thug 2 levels. You can also edit your stats. You have max stats from the default, really. Other skaters have their own stats and such, but you can also promote the default, which you might as well, because why bother anything else? And you'll set the difficulty and anything like that, and edit the tricks and all. You can also have your own jump trick. You have a boneless, Mike's one, a fast plant, a bean plant, or boneless, and you know, it's all pretty neat how you can have different bonelesses, essentially. But the main thing is the levels, which you can choose from the Pro Skater 1 levels, which almost all of them are here except for straights. A few of them are from American Wasteland and such, because they got added in from there. Because American Wasteland and such, they have their own, you know, old school, you know, stuff, classic levels and everything. Pro Skater 2 is only about half the levels, unfortunately. They're still being added in. Pro Skater 3 is complete. Most of them are from Thug 2 and from American Wasteland, I believe. Otherwise, they were added in later on. But yeah, they're all here from you know, Pro Skater 3. Pro Skater 4 levels are here as well. They will all add in as well, which is really cool. This goes in for that practice area as well. Underground 1 is here, obviously, because all of Underground 1 would obviously be here as a priority from Underground 2. Underground 2, obviously, is all here. American Wasteland, half of them is here. There's a few others that are not here, unfortunately, but I'm not going to really show them off too much. And Project 8 is here as well. About 4 levels from that are here. You know, pretty cool how a PS3 game ends up here as well. And THUGPro, which only has Andy's room, which is from fucking Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. The only one from that game on here. And there's also imported levels. And also you can play any of the Creator Park ones that are pre-made and such. Or that you made. But, yeah, there you go. And, yeah, about 3 levels you saw beforehand would essentially be from a remix on the American Wasteland one. And, you know, I could do as my skater. I could be my guy and show you all this shit and go for a montage and everything off the online stuff and all. But I have a friend here. I have a skater that I actually do want to play as. I don't want to be myself. I want to be someone I like. Ah, yes. Now I'm fucking ready, boys.